No, I'm recording.
Mm.
Oh, there is. Just now, I just saw Kevin's coming on.
Devices.
Good afternoon, Kevin.
Hello.
Hey,
Hi.
we're
Hi,
just
Kevin.
getting started. You haven't missed a word. The only word you missed was good afternoon.
Well, good afternoon. Thank you.
Yeah, okay. Now, mental phenomena is transmuted between the physical world and the invisible world, and the physical world and the physical world. You know, when we're giving messages, that's mental phenomena. We don't have no telephone or we don't have any mic or anything like this, or we don't have a Zoom that doesn't speak to us and everything. We experienced that a little bit later on. It wasn't communicating with us. But there's three basic ways that we communicate through mental phenomena. One is clairvoyance, which is clear seeing. One is clear hearing, clear audience, and clear ascension, which is intuition. Those are the three major ways that we communicate through that realm. And clear audience is a very demanding and a very disciplined, because it's important if you hear words, you're to give that word exactly as you receive it. Because you can't change the logic of that, you know. If it doesn't sound right or proper or anything like this, still say it, because it makes something of that person and everything. And that goes on for the clairvoyance, what you see, you should give out exactly what you see. And of course, intuition is you have hunches, you know, and make sure every intuition that we have doesn't make any sense when it first happens. You be going down the street for years, and all of a sudden you got a hunch to go down this avenue. Don't argue with it, do it. Because I've seen people who've done that, and they bypassed accidents and everything. And the way today is going, you use your intuition, because there's a lot of construction going on here in Tucson of streets and everything, and you get tied up and everything, and you can lose a lot of time. So how do we really develop this? You know, and we're going to do some little exercises tonight to develop, especially the clairvoyance and everything like this. You know, and there's certain things that we can do with exercises in the quiet time to do that and everything. And this one exercise that we're going to do, it's part of my rose meditation, is that we start visualizing or sensing a rose of your favorite color in a bud state, and then open it up to the count of 10. If it opens up faster than the count of 10, start all over again. It's important to get the hi, Kim, that goes along with that. So when it gets to the count of 10, hold it for the count of 10, and then close it for the count of 10. This is a little exercise that will help you develop your clairvoyance, and also will help your sense of understanding other people and picking up things that are important to understand about other individuals. You know, we sense every time you go in contact with a person, a place, or event, you're immediately getting something from three areas of your body. You know, one of the area is the pituitary gland, which is imagination, in which that imagination is clairvoyance, and the other one is pineal gland, that is intuition, that's knowing and everything. And then we have the solar plexus area, and that's the sensing and the feeling of that. And the ears, you know, the ear channel is the balancing part of our being and everything like this. And as we get more balance in our life, you're going to be more balanced in your physical, the mental phenomena. So the best way to develop mental phenomena is in the silence, and then the best way to really perform with it and really get through the fear of giving messages out that don't make any sense to you is to give those messages out. You know, and be in a place where you can be safe and do this. I remember the first message I made, and I felt like a fool. And And if that person hadn't come up that after the service that she knew exactly what I was talking about, I probably wouldn't have got up again and did it. So this is one of the things that we don't go up to the person and ask them how accurate was my message. Let them come to you to do that, and that usually happens and everything. And so the ability to be able to contact the invisible realm, there's much more into spiritualism than loved ones and people that you know. There's entities there that have a tremendous amount of knowledge that are very useful at this time, and we can come in contact with them and everything. And the thing here is that I've been told by my master and spirit teachers that the knowledge that they have, we have inside of us. We have that knowledge within us to do that, and it comes out in those three areas and everything of clairvoyance, clairaudience, and clairascension. That's how this information comes out. And some of this information hasn't been used for 25 or 26,000 years. So you know it's not going to be familiar with you and everything. And so when you go into meditation and you get a feeling and sensation that doesn't make any sense, an image that doesn't make any sense, write it down and think about that image or that feeling, and just look at it 3 or 4 times a day, because that's going to ignite more things coming out of the knowledge within you. We have a tremendous amount of knowledge that's getting ready to come up right now. You know, I've been told by the spirit world that the alignment of all the planets are exactly the way they were 25,000 years ago. And you know, this is how we communicate with the universe, and it's through the planets that we have within us. How many planets do you have within you? How many stars do you have within you? They were formed, the stars and planets were formed with the same habits that you have. And I call habits stars and planets and everything like this. And you know, some stars are stronger and brighter than other ones, and also planets sometimes are bigger. We have bigger habits in our life than other things too, and they were formed the same way as these stars and planets were formed. And so to understand the habits that you have, and I found out that, you know, that you can have a positive habit. One of my positives is being happy. I found out that you do the same way that you be unhappy, you can do with being happy. It's like making an apple pie and then you want to make a pecan pie. What's the difference? You put the ingredients in there different. And so your thoughts, words, and actions are the ingredients of your happiness or unhappiness and everything. And so know that each one of you have this part of the body, physical body that is working with you and acting with you and developing. We all have a pituitary gland. We all have a pineal gland, and we all have a solar plexus, and we all have a spine, you know. And the spine is one that carries the currents from all these energies from there. You go down the basis of your spine, you go in there, and that goes into the gateway to your soul. And you know what's in your soul is your subtotal of all experiences that you've ever had. And that's nice to come in contact with every so often. So know that it's there and everything. So like when I'm giving a class, sometimes I get carried away in talking. If you come across anything you wanted to stop me, feel free to do that. And I'm going to do that right now. If you want to, anything come up that you want to interject or anything.
Someone else is coming up.
Reverend David, when you talked about clairaudience,
Right.
and whatever you hear is what you need to speak out, is that what you're experiencing for when you're channeling Rama Ramu or Dr. Beck or?
No, I don't hear them at all talking. They just talk right through me.
Okay, all right, so that's different. Okay.
I at one time when I first started going there, I would hear my name being called, and I would look around. I couldn't see anybody and everything like this, and so the next developer class I went to, I says, now if you cannot communicate with me, like you're coming here and calling my name and everything. You go to a class where you can develop to talk to me. And what happens is they go find out that they don't have a voice box anymore.
Ah,
So-
okay, all right.
And so I find that out too. And so I found out that they were communicating with me and I wasn't understanding their communication because I wasn't paying attention to their feelings and thoughts and that and images. I always get some kind of image when I was in the presence of spirit and everything like this, you know, and that would really, sometimes it was very confusing and everything.
Yes.
It's not confusing now, but it just took 50 years to do that though, so. It doesn't take that long for everyone to do that. And you know, it doesn't matter how old you are, everything like this, you know. I had a person come back here in the late 70s, early 80s. When he got out of the Second World War, he took the battery of tests and he says, well, the battery of tests one said, you'll be a very good minister. When he got retired, he came to the chapel and developed to become a minister. So you never know how long these things happen, you know?
Yeah.
And so,
Mhm.
and when he came in here, he was, had arthritis and the doctor says, you got to get ready for a wheelchair because that's what you're going to do. And it really messed up his wife because he walked out of here and he didn't need a wheelchair and everything. And he went over on the border of Arizona and New Mexico. And you know how that is. That's a real, and he lived out there and he rode donkeys and rode the hills and everything there, you know. And so the energy that's within us to accomplish things is in every one of us. And these are the three areas that ignite that and everything: the clairvoyance, the clairaudience, and clairascension. They do that and everything. Okay.
Anybody else have any questions?
Any comments? I want to do a short experiment, exercise right now, and then we'll go into a meditation later on. But I want you to sort of close your eyes again, and I want you to think of a rose of your favorite color. It doesn't have to be logical. If it's sky blue pink, let it be sky blue pink. Just think of that rose of your favorite color in a bud state and allow it to open up to the count of 10. If it goes too fast, slow it down and start over again until you get to the count of 10. And when you open it up, leave it to the count of 10. And remember the feelings and the sensations you have as you do this. And then after you've done that for the count of 10, then close it up to the count of 10. And this will be a short exercise to do it. And I would not try to do it for a half hour or an hour. We're going to do it maybe 3 or 4 minutes. I'm going to give you 3 or 4 minutes, and then we'll come back, and then we'll go into another guided meditation. Okay? So you are now in charge of their time. Do that, what I just said. Get your favorite color rose, open it up to the count of 10, hold it to the count of 10, and then close it to the count of 10. And I'll give you three minutes to do that, 3 to 4 minutes, and I'll call you when it's time. You are now in charge. Okay, it's time to start. Be aware. Okay. Take a couple deep breaths. Be aware. Remembering all that you've seen, felt, and heard, and feeling very refreshed, alert, and keen. Okay. Anybody want to share what they experienced? That's not good enough. I'll get someone to go. Okay, Glenn, what you experience?
Well, I was able to do it. It was a dark red rose that I saw, and so, you know, the timing was off at times. It wasn't. I couldn't really keep track of the 10-second thing.
Right. Hmm.
But yeah, basically it opened at a good pace and closed. So yeah.
Now, do this on a daily basis. Do it 1 or 2 times a day. And
Okay.
you'll notice that your senses will be more acute.
Okay. Thank you.
Jennifer, how'd you do?
Yes. Well, I had, that's why I was kind of laughing at myself. I felt like I was studying for a test and I wasn't doing very well. Because at first it took me probably at least a minute just to picture a bud, a rosebud in my mind. At first I was just seeing black and I was like, oh no, I'm not doing this right. But I did get it done successfully once or twice, and the count kind of was syncing with my heartbeat, and that was working pretty well. Then the image got a little sketchy, and it changed from being on the top to being on the side, and I got kind of wrapped up in that. But at first it was a little shaky.
You know what that tells me? There's more discipline to be done in your clairvoyance. And
Yes.
the more you do this, the more disciplined you're going to be with your psychic ability.
Okay, yes, because I know that I have trouble seeing things when I'm meditating.
This will definitely clear it up.
Good, good. Thank you very much. I will practice.
Okay. Enemy.
Yes, I saw a white rose that was closed. That was the first thing. But then I was surprised because it changed. It changed right away into a lot of plants that look honestly like from another planet, and they weren't that pretty.
Mhm.
And it was a field of them. But they were very excited, they were very happy, and they did exactly what I asked, which was to open it slowly and stay there and then close. And I was just trying not to offend them because I kept thinking that they were ugly, but they didn't care. They were just so excited. It's interesting to see that they were so alive and so happy to like be there. That was a little strange.
Well, that's a nice communication, mental phenomena. Very good. All right.
Thank you.
Kevin, how'd you do?
It was interesting. So I didn't have any issue with the timing. And I started out with a bright red rose. I found my mind being slightly distracted, you know, in the meditation when thoughts come in, and I don't attach to the thoughts, but I noticed a few thoughts come in. But then interestingly, when I wanted the rose to close, at some point it changed colors. And it went from yellow, and then it went to white. And then at one point, all three colors wanted to show up. And so there was a little mix to it. The timing was good, but you know, there was, I don't know, other elements that came in, I guess.
You know what that tells me? That you're changing. And you know that it's time for you to change. And so you are doing that. So whatever you're doing, keep on doing it.
Thank you.
Okay. Kim, how'd you do? She's still blank. Okay. All right. Ernest, I know she's there.
No, I can't hear the.
Ernestina,
Yes. I think I did pretty well, at least I believe I did. I started out with a beautiful dark, deep red rose, and it opened up very nicely. But once it started opening, the color started changing, especially the yellow came in. And then I closed it up, didn't have any problem with that. And then I did it again, but I wanted to feel, it's like my senses just wanted to feel the texture of the rose. And when I did it the second time, it stayed red and it closed up red. But then when I did it the third time, the colors did merge together. And it was really a beautiful hue. It was sort of like a reddish orange, but then a lot of yellow to it. So it was all very nice. Thank you.
you know what that tells me?
What is that?
That you just met yourself.
Oh, wow. That's great.
Now get familiar with it.
Thank you.
Reverend Angie,
For myself, mine was a really light pink rose, and the timing at first was kind of like I was almost like I was going to rush into it, but the timing just got right. And then the first time I tried it, it started to change a hue also, and it went into more of my, like the aqua color, and went back to the pink and did the timing just right. And it was really nice. And like Jennifer's, it was like the heartbeat thing, just like that. It was doing the pressing of the time, you know, that heartbeat. I thought, wow, Jennifer's got the same thing as me. And then the second time I did it, it was just the pink and the right timing.
now you know, each one of you has some kind of experience with this. And it's up to you to keep on doing this. You know, what I suggest to do, when you have a meeting to go to or something like this, do this for a couple minutes before the meeting with your concentration on that meeting, and see what kind of feelings and sensations come up with the opening up of that rose. And you'll have a better understanding of what you're going to meet in that meeting. Or if you got something planned that day, take 1 or 2 minutes and do this exercise with the concentration of the event that you're going to be going to. You'll get some more insight on things. This is a good way to also to know yourself. You know, some of the things that you were experiencing on here were telling you what's going on in your life, you know, and a little bit of your patterns of your life and everything like this, you know. And so it's important to really get to know yourself, you know, and this is a good way to get to know yourself with that. Okay. Any other comments now? Kim, are you with us yet?
You can all hear us, right?
Yep,
Okay.
we can.
Well, she goes, okay. You want to do another meditation now? Hmm?
You're gonna do it?
Huh?
You're gonna do it, right?
Yeah. Mhm.
Okay.
Can you hear the music?
Not, it's very low.
I can't hear it at all.
I can't hear any music,
That's
but I can
better.
hear you.
Here, I'll put this one down. Yeah, so I'll have you hold this and then I'll put this one down. How about there, guys?
That's good.
Okay. Okay, let us concentrate on our breath. As this breath moves into the body through the nostrils, feel the relaxation being ignited. Just relax, relax. As this relaxation moves gently in and around and through your being, it turns into something very beautiful called love. This love is alive and active, and you are understanding the energy of love. That is the first of creation, and know that you are igniting love within you, which is very protective and energy wise. As you exhale, you release toxins and negative attitudes that you have towards yourself and all people concerned. As you are releasing these toxins and attitudes, they are being dispersed into the I am. Just relax, recognize, and release is the breath that's moving ever so gently in and around and through you. And as this breath moves gently in and around and through you, it starts settling in the feet area. This is the understanding part of our being. And with each breath, you understand you. As you understand you, you understand the world that you move in. So just relax, recognize, and release. As this breath starts moving towards your ankles, feeling all tension, frustration, and nervousness leave, just relax, relax, recognize, and release. All the agitations and irritations that you've acquired throughout the day are dissolving. Just relax, recognize, and release. As this breath moves ever so gently to the hips area, relax the hips. Know that you're free to move forward in life with energy, life, and love. Just relax. And as this breath moves over to the base of your spine and the small of your back, you notice that it's becoming stronger. This is where your strength lies. Confidence, security, and firmness is strength. And as it moves up the spine, touching each vertebrae, each nerve, and each vessel, you feel light. You feel light, giving up the burdens that don't belong to you to take care of the ones that do. Just relax, recognize, and release. As this healing breath reaches the shoulders, feeling all tension, frustration, and nervous relief. The shoulders represent responsibilities in life, and you know that you are doing your responsibilities in life, and you do it with freedom and ease. You also allow all other people to let them do their responsibilities with that same freedom and ease. Just relax, recognize, and release. As that breath moves down your arms and reaching towards your hands, feel that breath between your hands. This is your healing breath, your healing breath. As you allow this healing breath to move to the lower abdomen area, life lives here. You are full of life. Life is full of you. Life is happiness, health, and wealth. You eliminate all that hinders you from life, and order is being ignited with each breath. Order adjusts all faculties of the mind to move harmoniously for life. Just relax, recognize, and release. As this healing breath moves to the stomach area, wisdom is now being ignited with each breath. You are wise in all that you think, say, and do. You are wise. And as this wisdom moves to the heart area, the love center of our being, and with each beat of the heart, you are sending love to all parts of your being. And you radiate this love. No matter where you go, see, sense, feel, or touch, this radiance is being ignited and multiplied within you. As this radiance moves to the throat area, the power aspect of our being, you are the authority in your life. Feel the ease of that authority. You are the authority and at ease. And as this breath moves to the face, the back of the head, to the very crown of one's head, from the tips of your toes to the crown of your head, you are relaxing, recognizing, and releasing. As you are in this relaxed healing mode, know that there's a path under your feet. That's your path. You notice the grass that lined this path, the sun that trickles through the trees that also line this path. As you move down the path, you are very protected and secure, and there's a body of water and a clearing in front of you. And as you move into the clearing, you notice that there are paths and streams going out of the body of water. And if you would like to go into the water and submerge, breathing freely, all organs functioning properly, know that you're very protected and secure. If you want to travel up the paths and up the streams, feel free to do that. Know that you are very protected and secure. I'm going to leave you here for a few moments in these places of your choice. Take advantage and enjoy. Very gently now, wherever you are, if you were in the water, it's time to emerge completely dry, remembering all that you've seen, felt, and heard, and feeling very refreshed, alert, and keen. If you were exploring the paths and the streams, it's now time to be back at the clearing, remembering all that you've seen, felt, and heard, and feeling very refreshed, alert, and keen. As you are aware of your clearing and you notice your path and you move towards your path, noticing anything changed, added, or taken away. And as you move down your path, your mental and physical consciousness becomes aware, remembering all that you've seen, felt, and heard, and feeling very refreshed, alert, and keen. And when your mental and physical consciousness are fully aware, open your eyes. Okay. All right. Jennifer, how'd you do?
Well, this is the first time I went up one of the paths and I ended up sitting on a cliff edge with my feet dangling over the edge. And there was a beautiful view there were clouds and then there were islands. I would have expected a forest, but that's not what was there. And then after a bit, that kind of just went away into like grayness. And that's when I was feeling a heaviness in my hands. I had almost like a pulse in the left side of my forehead right there that was in time with my heartbeat. I thought that was very interesting. Usually it's just a little tingling, but that was like a pulse with my heartbeat and breath. And but it felt very very peaceful.
Mhm.
Very peaceful, because usually in some of my dreams when there are cliff edges and that kind of thing, it's usually like I'm falling off of them.
Mhm.
So this was a different different
Well,
scene
you don't
and
have,
feeling.
you don't have to count the trees to get out of the forest.
That's right.
Much more clarity in your life. And there's more of you opening up. Get acquainted with it.
All right.
Kevin, how'd you do?
I did well. It was a bit of a typical meditation in some regards. My mind was relaxed. What I noticed was my breath went to my back, and there was a sensation and also a need for strength in my back. So that's pretty much where I stayed. It was very comfortable. So that was about it.
Very good. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
Enemy.
I couldn't do it right now, so I'll have to do it later. It's just a lot of going on here with the dogs, so I'll
Okay.
pass on this one.
All right. You're in charge. Glenn.
Overall, it was just very peaceful and openness. I didn't go anywhere, or I didn't really feel like, I'm not to say I was out of my body. I didn't really feel the body. I just felt peaceful, calm, oneness, like being an openness, like space, the universe, just being open. I can't even describe it that way. It's just
Right.
like,
You know, I found out a long time ago that I never leave my body, because there's no end to your body and the inner being and everything like this, you know, and there's so much more to get acquainted with in you than out of you.
yeah.
And so you want in yourself more than you did before.
Yeah.
Good for you. Kim, how'd you do? Yeah, she's still out. Okay. Reverend Ernestina.
I had a wonderful meditation. It was mostly healing. But I did go down the path and I ended up like in areas where I was splashing through some water, and it was really nice because as I walked through or stepped through or hopped through the water, I could feel more vitality. And that's one of the things that I really need or would love to have, let's put it that way. And I'm working on that. So I went really pretty much going through that water and splashing around in that. But then I met one of my guides who was so calming and patient and soothing. Just him being there just made everything so peaceful. And I was just being told that it was all about healing and to pay attention to myself and what my body's asking for and to truly honor that part of myself. So it was a very good meditation. Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Reverend Angie.
On mine, my grandmother came through and she was always very connected to roses. And she had this big rose garden in her yard with her corn and things like that. So she said, you see, she brought me to the rose bushes. And she says, you see, these roses are a representation of your life and your appreciation for yourself, as Reverend David said. And she showed me, the veins on the rose and to touch, the actual, the feeling of it, to feel it, to really feel how sensitive the rose can be, but be so strong at the same time. And the stalk of it, how strong it is, and how it protects itself with thorns. And so it was really a interesting, beautiful feeling and connection with her as well. So, yeah.
All right. Well, I like your grandmother with her roses and corn. Okay. What's going on?
Kim was saying that she's gotten interrupted by something.
Oh, are you with us, Kim? That's okay. Well, I want to thank you for coming and sharing this time with us today.
Thank you.
Next week, Reverend Angie is going to be doing the class.
Yeah. Next week, I'll complete out this particular one and we'll just move forward with it and enjoy it.
Hey.
Yay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Well,
you.
let's have our closing words. Mother, Father, God, we do give thanks for sharing each other's presence here today with each other. And as we go on our path, let us extend the love and the protection that's in and around and through each one of us to that path, so the highest and best will manifest in our lives. When we meet those on our path, let us extend the love that is abundant. We give thanks. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Y'all take care.
Thank
Take care.
you.
Have a great week.
You
You too,
too.
everyone.
Bye, Kim.
Bye, Kim. Bye, Jennifer. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks, Kim. We got it. Something to do with her computer or something. Okay, so let's turn this down, he said. When he got on there, he says, if you have it too bright in there, it will, see how it's doing something weird now?
Yeah.
He says if it's too bright, you have to turn down your,
Okay.
well,
Well, that makes it dark.
yeah, that looks
Well,
really-
that was a little bit better there.
that's so blurry
I
though.
know.
So let's try and hit this back
Oh,
here.
that's a little bit, that's lighter.
Yeah, and let's turn this one off. Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Mm.
Hold on a second here. Let me do something. How's that?
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah?
But it's still a little dark here at the
Oh,
bottom.
it's much clearer.
Oh,
It is
yeah.
much clearer.
Yeah.
So we might end up doing the classes like that at night. But but he doesn't know the half of it, you know, like with all the sound and everything. I just texted him and said, hey, we're on self-realization, you know, and some things went funky. Oops, I'm still recording.
And we don't want to have the world be funky, do we?